Before I start the podcast, I want to address this real quick because I know it's going to be brought up later. So I just want to get it out of the way right now. I was filming a TikTok yesterday, and I was sitting on the couch, and it was a funny TikTok. And then after my fourth try of trying to film it, Ella burst into laughter, and I'm like, "There's no way the fourth time is that funny as the first time." And then Ella goes, "David, can you put your testicle away?"
I'm sitting on the floor.
My ball was hanging out of my pants.
So I'm literally sitting on the floor, and I look up because I'm looking at making the TikTok, and then I'm fucking eyesight vision is just a hanging ball out of
a hanging ball,
shorts.
Bro. And that's like the most embarrassing thing. I know it happens to you a lot, Jay. So you're probably not even fazed by this.
I feel for you, man. I know exactly what
it's
this feels like.
So weird.
I felt violated.
And then I couldn't look away, so I just kept on like being like, I can't look at you. And then I just burst out laughing.
Oh, so you saw it like 5 minutes prior, but you were like, I'm gonna try to not say anything, but the ball just kind of kept looking at you.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Was it a good-looking ball?
What did it look like?
It looked like a
What did it look
mole
like?
rat.
Oh, what the fuck?
David.
I mean, what? I wasn't gonna get my ball prepped for her.
It was just like, basketball shorts, and it's just that like thing hanging there.
Dude, I was so happy. Like, wasn't my fucking dick hanging out of my face? This is why, because I don't wear underwear. Like, I
was gonna say,
I've been on this no underwear thing.
Oh yeah.
And guess what I'm wearing today? Underwear.
You got underwear.
Today's wearing underwear.
Today I was like, okay, if I'm gonna be around Ella, and that was the first time I felt actually genuinely uncomfortable around everybody, and it really.
And I couldn't stop laughing.
It really killed the mood for the TikTok I was making.
You gotta wear underwear, man. It's a place of work here.
Yes, no, I know. I didn't know I was gonna be in this position, and she was like fucking perfect. Like her eye line was exactly my testicles, so it was like fucking perfect viewing pleasure for her. So I'm sorry about that.
You keep saying testicles just makes me continuously.
I know. Yesterday I was calling him. I was like,
weird.
"Ella, did you see my testes?"
I know. It's very bizarre.
I was trying to make it less.
I can't get the image out of my head.
Good.
Genuinely.
That's why you keep smiling at me all day. All right, I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Okay.
My old high school teacher, Killinger's here again, and I'm going through his notes because he like writes down notes for the podcast, I guess, and they're organized. And there's like, look at this list. There's like at least 50 ideas.
Wow.
And the sections are random podcast shit, Jason, David's weirdness, David's friends, weird Vernon Hills high school stories, surreal post-fame stories, long stories. That's so fucking crazy.
I'll take David
case.
and Jason for 200.
I'll tell you one. My favorite Jason story was at the live show in Chicago when you guys did the podcast there. And I had just walked there from my apartment. I was hanging out with you guys backstage, and you guys were just like coming up with a show, like what you were gonna do as we were backstage, like an hour before what the show was gonna be, right?
Yeah.
It was like. And you guys decided that like Jason was gonna for one bit like change into his
Carmelita.
Jesus costume or like change into Carmelita or like back and forth between those two. And Jason's like, well, I can't do it because I'm not wearing underwear right now. And David was like, no, you've got to do it. Like, I don't care. And Jason's like, I'm not going to get naked like right off stage. It has to be a quick change. Like, I'm not just going to be balls out like backstage. There's people around there. And you were insistent, David. You were like, you have to do this. Like, this is how this bit is going to go. And Jason's like, all right, well, I'm going to have to borrow your underwear then. And David, you were like, absolutely the fuck not. And then Jason just like slowly looks over at me and he's like, Killinger, can I borrow your underwear? And I wanted to help out. I like in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, sure, no problem. But it was like an August day, and I like just walked there from my apartment. I'm like,
I don't mind.
I'm not gonna hand him like my sweaty underpants to change into right now. And so
Jason,
that's kind of an apology to you, but also a hilarious story.
The thing is, he would literally not have cared. Like,
I don't care.
If they were a little bit sweaty, he'd be like, that's fine. I mean, I'm gonna. Hey, he'd be like, hey, I'm gonna get sweaty in him anyway, so who cares? At least you broke him in.
It was just
As long as we get
the bit.
It was just my favorite bit. Just the dead-eyed, like completely serious, looking me like right in the eye. I need to wear your underpants that you're currently wearing right now. I'm like, no, sorry.
Did you end up getting underwear?
I did a few changes. I remember al fresco.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
with
that's
no-
fucking nuts.
Yeah, luckily no one saw.
A funny thing. I like how you're expectant face right
I'm
now. No, just that I wrote down this one note about how you seem way more excited to talk with me via text than when I show up someplace. It's so funny because like whenever you're reaching out to me like, oh, David, wants you for this or thanks for doing this, it's all like exclamation points and like, and
That's so Natalie.
you respond with hearts to everything, and then like it's so funny because sometimes I'll show up someplace. And I'll be like all jazzed up, like, oh yeah, everybody's having a good time. Like Natalie's gonna be excited to see me, and it's always just like, oh hey, Killinger. I'm like, oh okay, I guess that's how it is.
That's so funny. Yeah,
You're a
Yeah.
little deadpan.
you do that, Natalie. What is that?
I know I do that. I text like a crazy person. Like I am a completely different person when I text people. 'Cause
That's so funny. That is such a Natalie thing. And
is
then when
really
you get there, hey, Killinger. It's like she's just like a shell, just like walking around like
Totally.
empty.
And,
like,
and I'm
I
especially
have to text fun for my job. Did you get my fun text? Make sure to tell David they were extra fun.
I think that I'm fun. Like I think that I'm like that, and I type that way. But then when I'm in person, I'm not that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a fun person.
I'm a piece of boring shit. Yeah.
Speaking of shit, how big are your shits? Okay.
we were just watching an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's my favorite show.
They're shooting the new season right now.
Are they really? Oh, that's right. No, we did see that.
Are they?
But do you remember the one where they go to Dodger Stadium where he takes the prostitute
Yep.
to Dodger Stadium?
Yep.
So in that episode,
That's so funny.
there
That's
was a
already funny
guy.
sentence. Wow.
There was a guy who was, I think, on trial for murder, or the
Wait,
cops.
do you know why he takes the prostitute?
No.
So he can use the HOV lane.
Oh.
Because he's going to be late for the game, and a prostitute's like, "Hey, baby," and he's like, "Get in the car. We're going to the Dodgers game, so I can take the
Pretty funny,
carpool
so he can
lane."
beat the traffic.
Oh, so
Which
it's
is
the
very Larry
carpool lane.
thing.
That is really funny.
Very Larry thing to do. Yeah.
That's so clever. That's really
He's
funny.
the best. I tried to show these guys Curb Your Enthusiasm once, and like
I didn't give enough
the
of it.
best.
I didn't.
they liked it. Not just these guys, like Zane was here, and they liked it. They only laughed like 3 times.
It's the best. I think we've been through the
maybe
whole
you have to
series
watch
like 3
more of
times.
it.
Yeah. But in that episode, there was somebody who was like on trial for murder, or the cops had just picked him up or thought he was guilty of killing somebody, and he got off because at the time of the murder they were shooting that episode, and he's in the video, like in the TV show.
Oh,
he's like,
I've heard of this.
Wait, what happened?
That-
He was one of the
just
extras.
some random, some extra.
He was one of the extras in the Dodger Stadium. Like in the actual show, he was one of the extras, and that was his alibi for why he wasn't at the crime.
Right.
Because he was shooting Curb
Oh,
Your
wow.
Enthusiasm. Yeah, that's crazy.
so great.
Wow, that's really funny. That's why I do the vlogs, Jay. So whatever crime,
I know.
or I used to do the vlogs.
So yeah, the last year we're fucked if anything bad happens.
Yeah, fuck. Where were you?
I was shooting with Dave. No, you
No, you
weren't.